Ashkeepers Legacy is a real tabletop RPG show for adults who choose to never grow up. But that does mean our shenanigans may not be appropriate for younger viewers and listeners. From colorful words to emotional highs and lows to fart and phallic jokes, we will hit it all. So please enjoy responsibly, like coffee or beer or buying dice. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to our stream.
Welcome.
Episode 2.
Welcome. If you have not watched session 1, please go check that out. We're gonna jump right back into our D&D campaign. So where we last left off the party, you were all inside of Fate's End Tavern in the Warriors Grove after your first day of training. You met the cook Sam and some other characters around the grove, and were just discussing amongst yourselves, enjoying some drinks and some food. And after speaking to Sam the cook, realized that he shares his body with something quite ominous and sinister. As some of you triggered a transformation of a form of dread.
Some of you.
Some of you, Armand, with an intimidation check, caused him to involuntarily shift out his patron before you all, leaving a few of you frightened as it scurried away. And apparently, what had happened was you all greeted Sam, and Sam greeted you like he didn't know you. And you were all like, hey, we know who you know us, like what's going on? And he got a bad rating from a inspector of some sort. You didn't really get the details on like who it is and where they're from, but apparently someone's kind of breathing down his neck at the moment, and has kind of led you all to a bit of suspicion of like, Sam, like what's going on? But didn't get any further answers from him as he scurried away. Aconitum, you jumped into the kitchen to cook for your party since the cook was, indisposed, yes. And so we are finishing up that meal as you all sit together in the Fate's End Tavern. The rest of the day is yours. It's just past midday. You had an early morning training. So, yeah. We're still at the table, eating your food, drinking your drinks. Some of you are a bit buzzed more than others.
I'm drunk.
Question. You're drunk. Yes.
You mentioned that we would find out what our favorite meals were. We don't know.
Yes, we don't know what they are yet. So let's figure out what your character's favorite meals are. If you could all reference the Fate's End menu.
What?
I'll ping it.
Please, you.
Oh, why'd that stop? Oh, here we go.
Is that on the thing?
It's pinned
Angel, can we get this
in
on?
the server, and I'll at you all where it is. It's in a thread, like buried from the last campaign somewhere. Here we go.
And now we launch Discord and we wait for it to update.
Oh no!
There we go.
Oh, I missed the ping. Where'd the ping
What
go?
if my
God,
favorite
so
meal
excited.
isn't on the menu?
Oh my god, Tom.
There's so much.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
I'm so glad I get to use a thing that I worked hours on that we like saw the light of day for maybe like 30 minutes
Now I'm
years
fucking
ago.
hungry, dude.
Me too.
Hey, and what's great is all of these are real recipes that you could make out of the D&D cookbook.
I made one of those.
Oh.
Most of them, actually. Sorry, most of them. Some of them I think I may have got off like D&D wiki or something, or just thought, oh, this would be a cool thing.
No, it was the
Yeah.
Critical Role one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I did make
yes.
So we're picking something?
Yeah.
Yep, got it.
Whatever dish you think your character would favor, that would be offered from the tavern / cook. And because Aconitum was, you are proficient in cook's utensils,
And
you were able to
survival?
cook everything for everyone. Did I have you roll a skill check for that?
Why shouldn't?
Ah, wow. You remember from last time?
Why is steak in quotation marks?
I don't know.
Tavern steak.
It's probably whatever
Tavern
meat
steak.
is available, which, given the history of this place, could be a lot, I think.
Where is this under? Oh,
Well, whatever it is,
yeah,
it's going
above
to be-
Traveler's Stew?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, the
is
tavern
phenomenal.
steak.
No, yeah, the tavern steak.
Whatever it is,
Surrogate
it's going
steaks?
to it's going to be my favorite because I'm assuming it's meat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone assumes it's
Or
meat.
imitation meat, and that's why it's in quotations.
Yeah, that's fine.
Beyond tavern steak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Impossible tavern steak.
Miner's pie.
Okay. Excellent. Anyone else got anything?
Yeah, the drow mushroom steaks.
Mmm.
And probably the Evermead
Nice.
for drink. One of these, the drink just says Mind Flayer.
Yeah, it's called the Mind Flare.
What's in it?
I could look it up. I don't know off the top of my head.
Oops.
I know it's like vodka and something.
Yeah, do that.
Yes.
And a Mind Flayer.
Oh my gosh, the Red Dragon Crush. Crushed it.
Part of Buckler's stew and
Mind
then
flayer.
ale.
Nice.
Drow
Beesh.
mushroom steak.
Creature habit.
There.
Oh, I love it. It's just the stats for Mind Flare coming up for this. What are you drinking? Well, it has an AC 15.
It's not important, though. It's fine.
That's how we should categorize all cocktails by their AC.
Or the con.
I hate that there's like the new AI instant, like, oh,
Those
this
are
is
awful.
what.
It's terrible.
What's coming up is uses bourbon, coffee liquor, sweet vermouth? Vermouth?
That already sounds
Orange
not-
liquor and bitters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another uses lime juice, ginger, and sugar.
That one sounds better.
Yeah.
Apparently there's 2 different recipes.
Apparently, AI is a plague upon humanity.
And fun fact, they typically live in the Underdark's moist caverns and cities.
I mean, technically, they are moist.
Yeah.
Shada will have the salad. What is it? Le something?
Hold on.
L something?
Le?
Is it something elven?
Luri? Luirwood?
Laloy?
Luirwood?
Lurwood.
Luirwood?
Lurwood.
Is that like a Welsh
It would be
double L?
it would be great if it's a typo and we're just like trying to say it
Or is
fancy.
it one L like Luirwood
Yeah.
salad? I'll have the elven salad.
Nice.
And the bread. The flat?
The dwarven
The
flatbread.
dwarven flatbread. The
Oh, she had dwarven
the
flatbread with
flatbread. The dwarven flatbread.
Excellent.
Let's split one.
Yeah.
Good, because we need both of us to break it open.
Yeah.
I will be having the tavern steak and Fey wild eggs.
Nice. Imagine it's like green eggs and ham, like they're just discolored eggs. They're like weird
Every time
hues
you
of
order
color. They're different every single
I was gonna
time.
say, every
And
time
I
you
think the
cook,
color
it's
would be
different.
different based on the individual. Like you see them in a different color than you would see them, for example. I don't know. Fun Feywild stuff.
Love it.
For Aconitum, they just look like normal eggs. You actually struggle to tell them apart from normal eggs, Fey eggs.
Shada was born in the Feydock.
Oh, there you go. So, sure, maybe as a byproduct of that, you also can see them normally.
Isn't this Shadowfell technically like a mirror of the Fate ones?
No. So it's prime material. Feywild is reflection of prime material, and then Shadowfell's reflection of prime material. So I guess it kind of bleeds a little bit. Yeah. I don't know.
It's metaphysical planner trap.
Have you ordered your food, Adora?
I ordered the hard buckler stew and an ale, or several ales.
Hey, time we bring out your mom's joke.
Do me a favor, Tom. Just to make this a bit more interesting and involved, do me a favor, roll a skill check for everyone's dish individually.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
I want to see. For the Fey dish, I will give you advantage.
I already have advantage because with the new rules, if you have proficiency in the skill that goes with the tool, you get advantage.
Oh, fine. Cool.
That makes sense.
I mean, it does, yeah.
Proper tools.
So you're gonna go 12 d20s.
And in case you missed it from the first session, we're using 1 D&D rules, which I know nothing. I am Johnson.
Hi, I'm Human Ham. All right, let's start with the little lady over here.
Who are we starting with?
Not 20.
Oh, wow. Nice. Okay.
Fucking delicious.
We'll start with you. Yeah.
Okay. Good luck.
It's already 12.
So 12. It's still pretty good.
Tavern steak.
This is what they had. Don't please be too mad.
I'm not sure where this meat came from.
Oh, that looks like tofu.
That might be why it tastes weird.
Do you want to know what kind of steak it is? I will roll
Go to
from
the
a
south.
random creature.
Do it.
If you want.
Do it.
Okay. Random.
There you go. Dirty 20 for the salad.
A decent salad.
19 for yours. And for the stew. It's 11.
Oh,
Sorry.
what is happening?
I brought you the same meat.
That's all they had left.
Oh.
What would Tom's?
Oh no, I don't like that face.
Yes, please, for the love of God.
Can you roll insight on what it is?
No, he's.
Go ahead and make a nature or survival check for me.
Oh God!
If
Are
it's
we-
the same
are we
meat,
sitting at
can
the
I
same
do it
table?
also?
Yeah, you're all sitting at the same
Can I-
table. Yeah. I'll make this a party-wide check if you wish.
check?
Okay, I'm gonna do survival.
I will say for you, Aconitum, it's unlabeled. I will tell you that what it comes from does not look like it's a meat-based being.
11.
I got a 10.
17.
17.
10.
I got a
10.
nat 20.
Yeah,
Hey!
20. Wow. Okay.
11.
11. 7.
Didn't roll.
Oh, you didn't roll.
Didn't
Okay.
care.
For those of you, I'd say who got above a 15.
Nope.
So you two.
Yeah.
It says it comes from a shrieker, a fungal plant-type creature. So it is definitely a plant-type fungi that comes from the Underdark or Feydark. They are
Oh, that's
a mushroom-esque entity, and when as something dangerous comes in proximity of them, they shriek like audibly, so the rest of the myconid hide or any other mushroom creatures like are aware of the danger.
You did.
Anything in close proximity, I believe, can be deafened temporarily. But yeah, so anyway, you're eating fleshy mushroom meat.
That's funky.
Question mark.
If it's a
Or-
living
Scientifically, mushrooms are closer to animals
I
than
don't
they are
think
to
it's real meat.
vegetables.
and if it was alive,
Sorry, it's
Technically, the creature type is plant.
Did you get the same meat?
I think so.
It's the only meat they had.
I would have just preferred nothing.
Would you like
I'm
some of
going
my
to drink
salad?
more ale.
We can share.
I'll eat it. And she's like,
And again, you got what, like a 12 on that? It's good.
It just.
I imagine it's kind of like impossible
It's
meat,
not
I
his
guess.
best. Yeah.
And it's in the way that it's cut from a mushroom, it looks like steak. All I'm thinking of is Delicious in Dungeon when they eat the mushroom guy and then sliced him up.
Straight up. But that's alive, so technically, is it still a plant? It's meat because it was living.
And this is how The Last of Us begins. This is that kind of campaign. You ate the mystery meat.
Oh, not a mystery. They figured it out.
Yeah. All right, who's up next?
This is actually pretty good.
I go with
We got everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, you rolled for
30,
everybody?
20, 19 for salads.
Oh, nice. Okay.
The only bad ones was the
meat.
the meat.
She was already eating. I was already.
Yeah, but your
eating
bad one was
mushrooms,
only
so
a 12.
It's just more mushrooms.
So-
More mushrooms.
Yeah.
Don't be too hard
Well,
on
no,
yourself.
11.
You got an
Just straight up
11?
the eggs.
Still. And the DC for cooking food that's already pre-prepped is not very high, I imagine, especially since you're proficient.
I
Yes,
got half
sorry.
of my miner's pie, which was cooked perfectly, And
Yes.
I give some to Adora.
Oh, okay. You were offered pie. Do you accept?
And
I look at the pie, and I look back at Vivian, and then I just eat it without saying another word.
you're welcome. I'm gonna go and take a seat.
Excellent.
What?
Oh no, I was rolling perception to see if I noticed this exchange because I'm just gonna be eating my eggs watching.
Are you sitting at the same table?
Yeah, you're all sitting and this is it's like I imagine it's like
We're
a
sitting
long
on-
table and there's other people sitting further
like a
down
tavern, right.
and then there's other circular tables around you and other people sitting at them and again there's multiple stories too. There's lots of people coming and going around you.
You said we had the rest of the day?
Pretty much, yeah. Until nightfall, and then you take your night's rest, and then we'll start the new day. So you guys can explore if you want to.
I would like to sneak to the undergrove.
Oh, okay. So for sneaking, go ahead and roll stealth check for me. Eight. What's everyone's passive perceptions? Probably higher than 8.
I have a negative perception. I still see you. 9.
Wow.
Listen, sometimes Heck just stands in bushes. It's
13.
really normal for her. Okay?
10.
Okay.
13.
I think because she's so used to nobody's usually around, she just comes and goes. So she just gets up and walks away she lives here. So I think she just finishes her food and just walks out the door.
I got to the undergrove. There's a pathway in the tavern to the undergrove.
Is there more than one? She would probably know.
There are more than one. I would say you were probably only aware of one at this time.
Is it that one? Or is it the one in the tavern? Or is it one? She would head towards wherever, the one that she knows of.
There's one in the tavern because the jockey brings up the food from the undergrove.
No, that's a different place.
That's a different place?
Mhm.
Never mind.
No, yeah. So we'll say it's not the one in the tavern.
Okay.
If there is one in the
She just
tavern.
gets up and walks out the door.
Okay. Hecate takes her
Hey,
leave
where
of
you
the party.
going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Out? Okay.
Alright, meet us by the island when you're done.
Bye, friend. Okay, bye-bye.
All right.
You all did a very good job today. We'll see you later.
All right.
Sorry about the hammer. It honestly didn't hurt at all. It was... You don't hit very hard. Okay, I know.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do in this downtime for the rest of today?
I think I'll find.
Heck, no, we know what Heck's doing.
Yeah, I think I'll just bring out my book of poetry on flowers and shit.
Oh yes.
that Tom gave me. I'll start reading
Okay.
while I'm finishing a salad and eating.
Cool. Okay. And if you guys need time to think, we can just jump right into Heck's thing, and then I could come back and ask.
Well, someone's trying to ask. I haven't been around y'all for a bit. What y'all been up to?
Stuff?
I'm gonna go to the fight pit. Just gets up and goes to the fight pit.
Okay.
I just got back from Waterdeep.
Ooh, nice. How was it?
Transformative.
Everything transformative for you.
Okay, that's a good joke.
It's a good. This is
It's a good joke. It's
I'm
a
gonna
good joke.
follow Adora.
Okay. So you're heading to fight pit as well. Okay.
I'm gonna get up and be like, I'm gonna go for a run and to work off all this eggs and salad and weird mushroom meat.
Okay. Yeah.
Was it good?
It was wonderful.
I'm just gonna sort of take everyone's leftovers and just.
Oh, it clears the table.
I would like...
As the goat.
I mean,
That's why he
if you
didn't make
cooked
any
it,
food
you get
for
to eat the
himself.
leftovers. That's the rule.
That's fair.
Yeah, Heck did not leave any leftovers. Yeah. She ate everything
Okay.
of her food. And most of our mom's food.
And what have you, Aconitum?
Oh, I've been helping out, doing some, what are they calling nowadays? Roadie? I was helping out Auntie Raya with her shows. Yeah, some heavy lifting and bouncing.
You are good at those tasks.
You wanted you that a few months ago. Were you? How long were you in there?
Took me about 2 months to get there and about 2 months back.
Yeah, I about
I spent some time in the middle.
Yeah, about 3 months ago. You probably would have heard the concert.
I may have done.
It is.
Very
I do have keen hearing.
She's very loud, and still hasn't learned to connect guitar skills.
Most of my time there was spent in the monastery.
It's magical.
In the libraries.
And yet you still plays your best.
That's why you got fired.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and start. Let's roll. See who we start with. Let the dice decide.
Jesus, go.
Also 2.
11.
Okay. We have anything higher than 11?
19.
Ooh, 19. Okay. What you got?
6.
6. 5. Okay. 2. Wow. Okay. So we got 19, 11, and then where are we going from there? Because these two are doing the same thing.
Oh, 6.
6 was the next highest? What did you get?
5.
You got a 2 as well?
So I guess, yeah.
Okay, cool. So we'll start Fight Pit, then we'll go to Undergrove, and then we'll go to... You're staying at the Tavern. You are going for a jog, right? Going for a run. Aconitum, what were you doing yet?
He's probably gonna clean up, and then clean up.
Okay.
His mess.
Okay, so the 2 of you will remain in the Tavern.
I'll help him. I'll help Tom clean up.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so we're starting in the Fight Pit. So, Adora, you're leading the way. Are you following stealthily or just nonchalantly, just kind of following?
Nonchalantly kind of following.
So you make your way down, and you head downstairs into this large, open, sanded fight pit, and you see there's still a bit of a blood splatter from a previous or a recent fight, and yeah, you're just the torches are unlit. There's no one like in the stands around. And I mean, you see a few people who are like up on the higher banister levels of the tavern are drinking and eating and kind of take notice that you're kind of walking out. Like it's a very large kind of exposed space now, just for entertainment purposes. So yeah, you just kind of stand there and then you hear footsteps following behind you as you stand there.
I don't even turn around. And I just say, you had to follow me, did you?
Are we gonna keep it like this the whole time?
I mean, space is what you wanted, isn't it?
I didn't think you were gonna be here.
I didn't think I was going to be here either.
Why are you here?
I have my reasons.
We have to work together.
I guess so.
I know you said you'd hate me forever, but can we call a truce? Do I notice anything on her wrist?
Don't know. Does she?
I'm wearing bracers.
Yeah.
So if there was anything there, you wouldn't be able to see it easily.
Okay.
Make a perception check.
Yes!
Make a sleight of hand stealth. I don't know,
I guess
something.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Are you trying to like hide something that's there? Okay, then yeah. I don't know. Just roll something.
It's a nat 20.
Oh!
You, I got a 19!
Oh, shit.
Damn. Okay. You do not see anything on the wrist. Whatever you're looking for.
And that kind of stings on her as she fiddles now with a ring.
Do I see it?
She's not hiding that.
I just taken a breath. I go, why did you even come down here?
Because I don't want to keep it like this for the entire time we're here.
Maybe you should have thought about that.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna make my way over to a dummy and like start unhooking my my armor and just to and kick off my boots
Yeah.
so that I'm like barefoot in the sand, and then start getting ready to like just do some warm ups on a dummy that's in the fight pit, if there's a dummy around the edges of the fight pit.
Yeah, and as we approach one of the like straw kind of like burlap sack kind of like just makeshift dummies, as you walk up to it, you see it kind of turns and goes and faces you. And then it takes a step forward like off of its like resting area and like squares up with you. And kind of takes a step back. And it's, you know, it's a training dummy, but it's an animated one, so it will move and simulate kind of like you're moving a person rather than just a stationary object. Unless you'd like it to not be animated.
No, animated is cool.
Okay. So yeah, as soon as you approach to it and engage with it, like the magic that's in it kind of senses you approach and your intent, and it just instantly goes into like sparring. And as lethal as you want to go with it, like you can like cut it in half, tear it apart, rip it.
I'm just gonna
like,
start
whatever.
wailing on it bare knuckles.
Okay.
Just
So unarmed strikes.
unarmed strikes.
Okay.
Boxing it.
Go ahead and just make an unarmed strike for me.
Unarmed strike. Let me check my feet.
While this is happening, what are you doing?
I watch as she takes off the armor, and I call out, I always liked that color on you. And then she heads back up.
Okay.
This just makes me hit the dummy harder.
Yeah, I imagine you say that, and then just the straw just hits the wall as another dummy gets up and walks over and just spars with you. What did you get for your sparring?
Was I rolling a d20?
This was a unarmed strike.
An unarmed strike?
Yeah.
Here.
So proficiency in strength.
That's her whole
It's like
thing,
a-
right?
Right.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
But
yeah,
she's
it's like
got the
ridiculous. But I
right
rolled
side,
real
too.
bad, so it's a 15.
15. Yeah, you impact it pretty heavily, you know, and it kind of moves back in the sand a bit and then moves back up to close the distance and you just kind of keep going.
And that's where I'll spend my time.
Cool. Okay. Alrighty. Vivian, where are you going after that?
She's gonna go drink.
Okay. So you head back upstairs and
Yeah.
drink.
That's a response.
Alright.
Like an adult.
Because we're adults now.
We're adults now.
There's a space between the A and the D, but yeah. Angsty,
Starting off rough.
angsty.
Oh boy.
The soup thickens.
It's this.
I didn't know there was soup yet.
There's definitely tea.
And it's piping.
Somebody got a little burnt.
Oh well.
Let's go quick.
It's not helping with that chest wound.
That was brutal.
Yeah. So I'm waiting for something, and it's not loading, so let's just go with So Hecate, we're going to you next.
What?
And you're heading for the
Undergrove.
undergrove.
Into the darkness.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not spooky whatsoever.
So I'm
What entrance?
So
Yeah, what's it look
let's figure this out. So you come out of the tavern, you kind of look at the courtyard, you see like the well and kind of where the Guardian's pyre was, where it was one set of Phoenix had nested. There are the major thoroughfares of the streets leading kind of to the shops and markets and things, and there are trees all around, large oak trees. I would say I'll let you decide where the entrance is located.
Okay.
This would be a rather small kind of like, I imagine, hatch or exposed kind of like eroded like cavern opening or tunnel that's very small and not really noticeable.
I
Probably
think-
hidden by like a rock with a marking or something.
I think she goes near the front gate and starts to follow the wall. Like, I imagine the walls are much bigger and thicker
Oh,
now.
yes. Yep.
So she goes and she follows the wall along, and at one point, there's still like a good chunk of like large broken stones from like old damage, and like kind of tucked behind one, like in like an overgrown section, she like kind of pulls some of these brambles away, and she kind of looks around and she speaks into her hand, Elodie, and these green flames. She produces flame and kind of makes sure that, and you see this kind of like yawning opening that like starts to go immediately down, and she kind of squeezes her way in and.
Okay. Yeah, and then you vanish below into the darkness, and you have dark vision, correct?
I do, and she also has produce flame.
Okay.
So she sees well enough, but it's like pitch black down here, so she calls the flame.
Cool. Yeah, and as you kind of make your way down, it's like partial spelunking. Once you get to a more well-traversed kind of section of these caverns. And as you're heading down, I would like you to make a stealth check for me. An additional one, as you're entering a new area.
Ooh, dirty 20.
All right. As you move along, the cavern kind of opens up before you, and the flame kind of illuminates the walls and whatnot. And you know what parts of the undergrove not to traverse. There are areas that are unexplored, and there's rumors that there are some like actual threats down here. But one section that's dangerously close to where this exit is, because it's close to the wall, there is a large, I don't even know what to call it, congregation of resurrected zombies covered in mushrooms and other spore-like fungi that are actually allied to the grove and are deployed from the ground beneath outside the walls if there is to be an attack. And they patrol down here and kind of to keep anyone who's not supposed to be there out. So it's a little bit of a risk. Fortunately, though, your stealth check was high enough as you see 3 of these massive, hulking, undead, what look to be decayed minotaurs that have giant mushrooms growing out of their eye sockets, and their left decayed tufts of fur, and like their horns are just adorned with all of these like drooping like kind of fungal roots and things wrapping around them, and there's no breath, and they kind of rattle as they move, and their hooves are heavy and echo in the cavern, and you kind of like snuff your light for a second as these hulking figures that are like large size move past you, right? And you kind of take a breath as they move past, and
I think she looks
is clear.
She kind of like leans back as they pass, and she like leans to like kind of a darker part of where she's sitting, and she just kind of says to no one, she's like, "That was close." And she continues on her way. She's I assume you know where she's going.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And as you continue your way through the caverns, you kind of like find a falling off point that's just another natural cavern that's kind of opened up into a deeper and larger section. And I imagine there's an old rope there that you like traverse down, and then you kind of make your footfalls into this kind of like slightly flooded kind of area of the cavern, and you see there a makeshift hut that's a bit tilted, just kind of sitting there. You see some candlelight from within. However, you notice that as soon as you entered this portion of the cavern, which is familiar to you, and you know where you're going, that there are a set of bright yellow eyes staring at you from up where you just exited the other cavern, staring down at you. They are smaller.
From where I just came down?
From where you just came down, yes.
Do I recognize them?
Make a perception check for me.
9.
You see what looks like a small feline cat looking at you from above. A black cat that's just sitting there looking at you.
And that's not a familiar sight to me down here.
Down here, no, and I'd say this sight is unsettling to you because it's someone in a wild shape watching you.
Shit. I mean, I know like one person that's probably in a wild shape watching me. Do I feel like I'm in trouble?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Shit. The cat's making no noise and it's just sitting there, and you see the tail's just going fuck from either side as it just sits there looking at you.
Is this one of the 2 people?
She looks up.
What's that?
She looks up, and she swears in giant under her breath. She's like, Shit. How far away is the hut?
Maybe 30 feet from you. From the doorstep.
I imagine she's been caught probably more than once and knows what that cat and how far that cat can jump. So she stops and she like sits down and she just looks at the cat waiting. I think she just waits for the cat to do something.
You watch as the cat kind of like comes down from one rock down to another.
She's like, hello.
And then kind of like walks over to you and just sits, and you see it's not saying anything, like it's not speaking, it's not changing its form. This cat is just looking at you with its bright yellow eyes, those like feline slits, and it's just staring at you.
Lovely weather down here.
You see it just kind of like looks, and you see it like its eyes very animatedly look back to the rope and gesture like it's time to go.
I just wanted to talk to her.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm okay with these. 21.
21. You see the cat just kind of looks at you and kind of like sits up and stretches its back out and then kind of shakes, and you watch as the fur kind of falls away and the form grows. And you watch as like the large kind of like folded ears and the weathered face and the tall, very gaunt form of Frenya stands before you. I forbade you from coming down here. What are you doing down here?
She's the only one who knows about where I come from. And now that my friends are back, it feels weird to see them again. And I wanted to ask. I don't know. It just seemed like someone I should talk to.
You see just like a heavy kind of breath and a sigh. And you see she like reaches over at your height and just kind of puts her hand on your shoulder, eyes stark white, blind, right? If I remember correctly.
They're like metallic. No, she used to be blind. She got new eyeballs.
Oh, she has new eyeballs. Okay, so she can see you. Okay, cool.
See, yeah.
Cool. So yeah, she looks at you.
They're
Oh, cool,
man. Artifice.
Magic eyes.
Yeah.
So she looks at you with these magic eyes. And goes, you know I've always wanted nothing but the best for you, and everything I've ever done was to honor the promise I made to your father, to protect you and guide you as you grew up.
I know.
You will not find the answers you are looking for in there. And as her hand is on your shoulder, you see she kind of winces for a moment, and you watch as her hand just starts to bend back unnaturally, and she's like, and looks, and you watch as it almost looks like someone is grabbing her grasp from your shoulder and is turning her hand invertedly.
I know. Is this... Can I roll a perception or insight check to know what this is?
Go ahead and make either. I will allow either. And you see she's in a moment of like shock and awe as this is happening. 8. As you...
Yeah, either one. It's the same.
Okay. As you're looking at like what's going on, and you kind of reel back from this because you don't understand what's going on. You kind of see from your arcane light reflecting on the wall to the shadow. You see her shadow is being grasped by another shadow with long flowing hair, and it's like wrenching her wrist the side. Go ahead and make an intimidation check for me. Or persuasion, I'll allow you to choose. That seemed very intimidating. It's very demanding.
It's an influence check.
Right. 21. As you bark that order back.
17 plus 4, right? Yeah, 21. Oh, wait. Yeah, 21, sorry.
As you bark that order back, you watch as she's like, and holds her hand free, and you watch as the shadows kind of goes back to your shadows form. And she looks at you and is like, what was that? And you see her hand is kind of like turning black a little bit where it was touched. And she's like,
she is very defensive of me.
We are leaving right now.
But I thought that...
You've been keeping secrets from me. Who is she? What is this? And you see the hand is just, it's almost like a venom is turning black.
I thought you knew. She is... It's complicated. I don't know exactly, but she has been with me as long as I can remember. And she's always here. And I'll exert some control as familiar, and I'll like whisper, and you see her shadow kind of coalesces and like moves to a place it shouldn't be on the wall with the flame. We're working on being more in sync, but I don't know where she came from.
I always knew you had gifts, but this is something very dark.
It is made of shadows. Did my father not tell you? Did he not know?
No, or he would have told me. Your
At first I
ears
thought-
kind of move a bit.
I thought
in
she was
frustration.
imaginary, but then as I got a little older, real things would happen.
You see Frenya looks towards you, and her eyes kind of glaze over with a murky, almost mist-like color as she begins to speak in Druidic, and you watch as the black that's spreading quite rapidly from her hand begins to just kind of fall away, and you watch as it ebbs and drips like water from her hand
That's good.
onto the ground and then evaporates, and she just kind of shakes it off and using her own magic kind of cures herself of it. Kind of takes a step back from you.
I think you see she kind of looks ashamed a little as she has no good explanation, and her, this person who's helped raise her got hurt. She said, I'm sorry that happened. And she takes like her own step back, and I think she doesn't say anything else, and she just starts climbing the rope.
Okay. As you start climbing the rope, what was the thing that you conjured on the wall? What was that?
She just had her move.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
familiar.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Because she has...
And what form is the familiar taking? Is it just a shadow right now?
Yeah, it's usually a shadow form. I think as she kind of took command of it, it like diminished to like an almost childlike shadow. And then, you see as she climbs up the rope, it like kind of falls back in sync as her own shadow again.
Cool.
And she starts to climb the rope.
And I'll say, as you begin to climb up and it does go back in sync, there's a moment where it stops and looks back at Frenya, and you do not notice this, but just because I want to have it known that this shadow stops and turns back towards Frenya, and Frenya just kind of looks back, going to follow you, and stops dead in her tracks as it almost looks back, and then it kind of fades and mirrors you as you climb up the rope, and you see some deep concern. You know that Frenya clocked something as you were growing up. I think at this moment is now when she realized kind of like the caliber of what it or she may be. I
think as she's climbing, she's thinking that like this was something she'd never very rarely spoke to anyone about. Yeah. And because, like I said, it probably for like her young childhood, she chalked it up to like almost an imaginary friend. But then as she got older, like how do you explain something that almost no one can see,
Right.
So I think now that it's like hurt someone, in her defense, like this is kind of bringing it back to like bringing it more to a concern, because up until now I don't think she's ever had an experience like this where it's hurt another person. Like it's just been like her companion and helper and kind of, I think up until now almost a fun secret. And now that image of it is kind of shattered. Yeah. And so she climbs up kind of silently and just out of kind of shame, without looking back, she just makes her way back out and like climbs out of the hole. But I think she does wait for Frenya to come out.
Yeah, you watch as the small black cat follows you out silently and walks alongside you as you kind of come out that.
I have a
small
question.
crawl
Someone who
space.
is telepathic can. I am not.
It's not both ways.
If she would have to
could
do it to me,
She
okay.
would have to do it to you, and then you would have to respond verbally.
Actually,
Unless you have telepathy of
I
some
did say
sort.
no.
Okay.
Not right now.
But she comes out and then drops her wild shape once more and just like walks beside you. And I think in this moment too, you've never seen her hurt anyone before.
No, I would probably have only heard like stories of battles and stuff. But
Right.
I doubt if, as you know, in this like sort of semi-retired and like peaceful era, like I don't think she would have ever seen anything
Right.
close to that.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the shadow?
The shadow.
Yeah, I don't think she's ever. No.
Yeah.
That's new. I think so. I think she goes back to. She just kind of wordlessly nods to Frenya and just. I think she goes back to the tavern, and comes in, and anyone who's still like there, drinking or eating, comes back in like a short time later. But like her entire countenance is different, and she just kind of goes to the bar, like comes back with a drink and just kind of sits. Like totally quietly, like face in her drink.
Okay. Cool. We will come back to that. Who is up next? Was it Armand? Was the next highest?
I think it was Armand Shada.
We were both 2.
We were both two.
Oh, you were both 2.
Oh, 5. So
Okay, so
Tum.
Tum. Aconitum.
Tom was cleaning up, and then cleaning up. Food's gone, puts her clean, puts it away, comes out. She's sitting at a bar drinking, sitting at another part of the bar drinking. Gets behind the bar, rushes around, grabs a few bottles.
Okay.
It's back. You good? You good?
yeah, why?
Wanna go to the island?
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. She like pounds the rest of her drink. Yeah, let's go to the island.
Okay.
Go. Hey, Vivacious, how you doing?
Oh, you know.
I smell bullshit. Gonna go to the island?
Sorry, the what?
The island. My dad's place.
In the lake.
Catch up, have fun tomorrow.
No, not tonight.
You never always fun. Alright.
The shadow's still there.
Shauna helped clean up and then found an empty booth to read in.
Can I see if are you like tucked away?
Not particularly. I'm accessible, just reading.
I think Heko like kind of shake herself out of like her moodiness, and she like you see her like come over the top of the booth, like. Hey, what are you reading?
The book on flowers and shit.
Is it good?
There's flowers in it. I like flowers.
I like flowers too. Do you want to go to the island?
And do what?
I don't know. He didn't say.
Hang out.
Who didn't say?
Tom.
And knowing Tum is probably trouble.
Yes.
I'm tired.
Okay.
My shoulder hurts.
Why?
Because I used my shield earlier.
Yeah, but that's what it's for. Oh, you should probably practice with that.
Yeah. Well, sure, I'll come if I can read while I'm
You
there.
can do whatever you want. Where's Armand?
He's up.
Armand is out of sight, outside running, right?
Oh, jogging.
Jogging, right?
I will say that like I went to like back to like the training area and I'm just like
Oh, yeah.
jogging laps like around the training area.
Okay.
Kohdalk
Comes
still there?
Comes off.
Where's the door?
Nope, Kohdalk is not there. But for Armand, when you head out there and you're doing your laps, make a perception check for me.
12.
12. As you're running laps, you kind of stop dead in your tracks, and you see what looks like almost in hermit crab style fashion, this bag kind of begins to like walk over as you see the entity that you saw before that unsettled you greatly kind of creep over, but like the bag is inverted upside down and the arms and legs are like under it, moving
The one I tried
around.
to purify with salt.
Yes, that entity. And you see it walks over and you see it kind of approach and you see it kind of like from under the bag out comes sliding out this sword hilt and then drops his sword out and clangs on the ground and it kind of scuttles back, getting some distance.
I'm still frightened by it, right?
Oh no, that is worn off at this point. So the magical nature of the form of dread is faded.
I'm gonna like drop down like real low and like kind of like shuffle over to where you dropped it and just slowly grab it.
It's trying to speak to me.
And just go, thank you.
You just kind of hear this like an attempt at talking.
Okay.
As this creature's like, we are sorry. And it kind of scuttles away into a bush in your mouth.
It's okay. Está bien. And I'm just gonna like look at the sword. Like, is it my sword? No, it's not.
No, this is just some very old looking sword. It's like very rusted.
I would have been fine if it was yours.
Old beat up or old venerable?
Old, sorry?
Old beat up or old venerable?
It looks like maybe in its day it was quite the, flashy blade, but...
Can I see if it's like possible I can like restore it?
Oh, definitely. You just, work at it and maybe take it to like the smithy or something and clean it up. Definitely can. It's still actually in rather good condition. It does not appear to be magical.
That's fine. I'm just gonna be like, this is pretty weird but cool. And like I'm going to assume I like took off like all of like my own stuff to like go running and I'm gonna put it down like next to it and then I'm gonna just keep running a little bit more like cautious. Mm-hmm. And just like looking around like, is it still around?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me. See how your run goes.
15?
Yeah, it's great. It's a good run. Work up a good sweat. I think at that point, unless there's anything else at the tavern.
I asked both of them, like, where did the daughter go?
Oh.
Temporary assumes where it's sort of length. Piece his head over the edge of the pit. So how much more work you gonna give the goblin to fix these things?
I'm still hitting the...
Imagine there are like 4 of them coming at you at one time. They're just getting knocked about.
Can I try and Eldritch Blast one of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Certainly can.
14?
Yeah.
I think she blasts the one coming to you.
I stop and I throw my arms down like...
Adora. Is it weirdly again like over
Do
the
you
edge?
have a better plan for what I should be doing with my time?
Yeah, do you want to go to the island?
Is V going?
No.
Yes, let's go to the island.
Oh. Maybe she ever come to join us for something fun.
That wasn't the answer I thought you said, but let's go.
After the Eldritch Blast, you hear someone clear their throat, and you see this kind of like dark-skinned, like halfling woman that's very well dressed, standing there with a notepad, like, and writes in it, and then walks away.
Insight check?
Yeah.
I get like what?
I would also like to make an insight check.
Sure,
did I
but you
see
were
it?
in the pit.
Oh,
You
okay.
didn't see
I
her.
thought it was in
She's
the-
up in the tavern level.
Oh, then no, I don't.
13?
13. She seems well dressed. She does bear a guild symbol that is not of the guild.
Excuse me.
You see, she turns around and is like, yes.
Who are you?
Who are you, child?
I am Hecate. I live here. You don't live here.
I am Baroness Jill Turbo of the Lords of Lions. And you have just caused an infraction for your guild for casting in a no casting zone. And she
Where
looks
does it
around.
say that? People cast magic in here all the time.
You don't say. And she pulls out her ink quill that I imagine was floating by her, and she writes that down. And she looks around, she goes, and no postings anywhere.
Right.
Writes
so
that
there's
down
no
as well.
rules that say that.
There should be, for everyone.
Why? Do you own this place? Who?
No, I
Can
do
I
not
see
own
your
this place.
credentials?
Shada's gonna stand
she's like-
next to Heck here.
She's like insulted by this. She goes, I do not have to show you anything.
Yes, you do. I live here. You do not.
Do I hear all this going
Yeah,
on?
you kind of begin to hear
I
this
hear it.
ruckus.
Let's say
I
make
mean,
a
yeah.
I'm gonna name. I can go get one of the Ashkeepers.
What's going on?
Go ahead and give me
I
a
don't know. This lady's taking notes. She's being very rude.
I'd like to make a persuasion check.
Sure.
18.
18, and what do you say to
I wanna
this
say-
halfling woman?
This dark-skinned halfling woman with a noteboard.
Yeah, she has like white hair that's stark white, like tied up in a tight bun, and she just kind of like looks, and she has
I mean,
a
I
weathered
like it,
face
but
and
still.
like really regal, fancy, noble woman clothing. And
I will say, it would be polite for you to show us your identification.
You are coming to our home.
If we are earning infractions, it would be polite for you to show us our identification.
your superiors are already aware that I am here.
Which
Are they?
ones? Can you name them?
All of them,
That is
including your
not
Lord
me.
Commander Kohdalk Darkmane.
I mean, I'll go speak with him right now. He's probably at the gate.
Do what you must.
Okay.
This will not save you from these infractions.
What? Okay. One more question, and we have very important things to do. What's the cost of these infractions?
Whether your guild will stay open or not.
I'd like to see us try to close it.
Excuse me?
It has been many years, and the Ashkeepers have served the realms of our people
You
well.
mean saved your entire city and plain more than once?
Heck, it's
Yes.
okay.
We are grateful.
She's being very rude.
The lands were donated. They can be seized.
So you don't own this land, and you don't really have any authority here, then?
I come running up from the fight pit. Are we going to the island?
Yeah. This lady's just being very rude. Then we're gonna go right now.
Oh. Okay. I'll just wait.
But no, we're
Talking
leaving.
about closing the guild.
I don't
Was not
think so.
Awesome.
Awkward. Speaking of rude.
Inner quarrels.
Oh my god.
Shada's gonna change into Kohdalk.
Oh, okay.
Like
Like in front of
Yes.
her? Okay.
Yes.
So
Okay.
you take the form of that of a
Yes.
looming, dark furred minotaur.
And I'll try to impress that you would do well to show your identification.
Make an intimidation check.
Can I help?
Intimidation. 16.
16. She sighs heavily, reaches into what appears to be a bag of holding, and pulls out a rolled piece of parchment with a sigil on it, passes it over,
Open it. Investigate.
and as you read, it is basically a letter of a notice of inspection, and it's from the Lord's Alliance, and it's signed by the Absolution Council of Icewind Dale.
Does that seem legitimate to me?
Very legitimate, yes.
I'll return it.
Can I see it?
I'll return it directly. I'll shift back to normal Shada form and say, she checks out. You should do well to hold your tongue.
I look forward to seeing your training tomorrow, recruits.
Oh, are you gonna be there?
Sleep well. And she turns and just walks away.
Egg does the like.
What happened?
I don't.
What is this no casting area?
There's
This is
no
new
such
to me.
thing. She's full of
Should have seen
shit.
a bird fight last time I was
Do
here.
you
It was
see?
amazing.
And she even said there's no postings.
We would not know if there are no postings.
We do magic in here all the time.
Did she say no magic?
She said no casting zone. There's no casting zone. It's a fight pit.
This seems above our pay grade. Can we?
Going to the island.
Yeah.
Stuff's outside.
Be careful.
Like muttering in giant, just fucking mad.
Do you think Pan would know anything?
Oh, I hope my dad would know.
About
A no
the-
casting zone?
I told you there's 20 things he doesn't get to for.
If I know anything about Pan when he's in here, shit gets broken.
She pulls Tum aside.
By the horn?
yeah, by the horn.
Yes.
Be on your P's and Q's. Obviously, with this person here, we can't afford to get into trouble.
What's the fun in that?
Tum, I think this is serious this time.
Don't like her.
Yeah, do I? That's why I don't fuck with her.
Yeah, no,
She's a little mischief.
I was going to burn the papers, but they gave them back.
Now that will get us in trouble.
There's no papers.
Bed bugs.
That's a good one. Anyway, you said island. We need to go to the island today.
That's an island. Eat, drink, have fun, catch up, all that good shit.
As they're walking out, you see, my form shifts into the same halfling lady, and she's doing like impressions like, "Oh, no casting zone." And, like, this is after we left.
No, right.
Yeah, yeah. He didn't do it. She purposely didn't do it in front of her.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just rolling for something else. But no, yeah.
Okay. She does that for like half the walk, and then she drops it.
So you all make your way out of
not
the
me.
Fates and
running.
Tavern. No, you're running. You're still running.
Yeah, no one's
I
coming
mean,
to
you're
get me.
staying. You're staying behind.
no one's coming to get me.
Right. Okay. So I will say, as you're running, you do see your companions, kind of most of them,
Can we
heading
see
in a troop. I
Armand?
say you do catch Armand because the training area is located near the courtyard, which is where you have to pass through to head towards the lake. So
Armand, do you want to go to the island?
I stopped jogging.
Are you in tiny halfling shape?
No, she's not.
oh right.
No, she's
I
not.
stopped jogging. What?
Do you want to go to the island?
Why?
I don't know. Why not?
Whose island?
My God!
Pan's Island. You know, that one place in the lake.
She said I could read there.
You can do whatever you want. We're just gonna go there.
Hang out, chill, catch up, come on!
Throw things in the water.
Nah.
What are you doing?
Training, and I take off like my shirt and like just kind of like start dabbing like my sweat with it.
Yeah. Are you wearing the weight vest, the weighted clothing?
It's all weighted clothes.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
taking off the weighted clothes to
Okay. Yeah.
just like
Why do you need to train? You're already very strong.
because I like to.
Oh.
Gotta make up for lack of range.
Do I hear that?
Make a perception check. Make a sleight of mouth check, fucker.
16.
They don't hear that.
Roll for selective map.
Sleight of mouth.
Regardless, I would have heard it. I'll say, hush.
Wait, so did I hear that? Or?
Yeah, I rolled
Yeah.
for a 10.
Yeah.
You realize
So you catch it.
You realize you were yelling when you said that. Duh. Okay. Well, enjoy your training.
I'm just like staring. I'm like, you really want to talk shit right now, Cabra?
Bring it. Wait.
Can we bring it to the island?
Oh no, I'd much rather beat his ass right here.
Okay, I'm going to the island.
You would have to catch me
Armand.
first.
Now's not the time. It was out of line. But there's more going on here than... We just can't get in any trouble right now.
Only if we get caught.
I'll
where we're
sidle
going?
over. I'll leave the group and I'll walk over to Armand.
Yeah, I only got an 8
say.
insight.
Someone is observing us.
Ooh.
As you say that,
Oh, goddamn.
you hear, ah! And you see this halfling woman sprinting down the thoroughfare. And this giant 3-headed dog is chasing her, and she's screaming for her life, throws her clipboard behind her. Her hair's a mess. Looks like she's fallen maybe 3 or 4 times, and it is chasing her like she's a chew toy. And she screams, running by, out of view, and the giant, Cerberus continues to chase her.
Hey, I immediately just start giggling.
Should we...
Batwoman?
Should we help?
Yes. No. That. What was the new name? Again?
Baroness
we help.
Jill.
No. The Cerberus name.
Cerberus's name.
I gotta help the woman.
No, don't do that. Let her be.
She's in distress.
He's harmless. He's actually very sweet. If you scratch him under
I'm
the
gonna go
third
help.
ear.
I'm gonna help the woman.
David, how would you
she was
pronounce the
very
name?
mean to
It's
us.
the
I'm gonna
Hound
help the
of
woman.
Okay.
Aethrios from Theros. How do you say its name?
Don't ask me to pronounce it. I have a short name.
I struggle with it as well.
Armand.
I can't. It's named after that hound, the Hound of Aethrios. I
Armand,
can't think of it. at
if
the
you
moment.
scritch his
the god
third
of
left
passage of
ear,
the underworld in Theros.
he will roll over.
He's
I
a good boy.
I run up.
Thank you.
Kunoros.
Kunoros?
Konoros.
I run up to Kunoros to try and intercept, and I go to scratch him behind the left ear.
Go ahead and make an animal handling check for me.
per Hecate's instruction.
I told her that it's the third left ear.
Okay, I'll say that's a help action, giving you advantage.
Thank fuck. Not 9.
9. You run over and you get the left ear, and like that head stops, and like one leg and like maybe half of its back leg. It's weird. It's a tri-headed creature. Stops and like it rolls as you like scratch its ear, and then it goes rolling by and crashes into some barrels. And you see she like falls right when that happens. It looks back, she's like, ah! And she runs off, and you kind of stop it in its tracks. You see one of the heads focused on you, but the other two are still very focused on her.
I go like, no.
And this is all play, mind you. This is like, it's not trying to eat her.
I'm going to cast guidance on her.
Okay. So,
Yes.
okay. Go ahead. So it's a D4. So it's still added a D4.
Yep.
And how does this guidance look, magic-wise?
I'm just going to. Let's see. I still have all of my equipment on me, right? So I'm just going
Yes.
to. I'm going to take my shield off. I'm going to kind of hold it in my hands, not in a defensive posture, but like examining it. I'm just going to sort of wipe my hand over the shield, getting some of the dust from the road off of it. I'll just mutter like, "Dawn guide her."
Okay. Cool.
In poor taste to cast hex.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. You see as she kind of hikes up her gown and robes and things, and just runs along the cobblestones and like takes a quick corner to the left.
Fast for a halfling.
I yell at her. Have a nice evening.
You said she dropped her clipboard.
What did
She did.
Hey,
I did say that.
Come goes up there.
No, you were not there.
Okay.
She's here now.
It's just
Were you rude?
listed
No, she was
infraction
rude.
against the guild.
I destroyed
Multiple
a target
pages.
dummy in the fight pit.
There's
with
no magic in the
magical-
fight pit.
Yes, there is. You don't. Yes, there is. Where's the sign? There's no sign.
Just for continuity's sake, there absolutely are like caster battles, like Harry Potter style,
Yeah,
like
I know.
casters going at it
I've
in
never
the
seen 'em.
in the arena.
You're not here most of the time. There's no signage. We use magic in the fight pit all the time. And she started writing infractions.
Speaking of, you remember English?
You see the clipboard that's like slightly wet and covered in dirt and
Slobber.
and slobber, and like it's just list upon list upon list of like different listed infractions
Can I-
against the guild. Oh,
I have an ink and an ink pen.
you certainly
Can I try to alter it to make it less egregious?
Do you have a forgeries kit?
No.
Then you can certainly try. Okay. Her handwriting is quite exquisite.
You don't know who my handwriting looks like. What? Okay.
Great.
Does it?
So what are you attempting to do?
I'm trying to alter her infractions list to make it shorter and with less severe infractions. I'm trying all of this to have the girl in less trouble when she.
So are you like crossing things out, or are you writing in like notes?
You sure?
I think I'm going to try and cross. I'm going to try to amend her notes, but make it look like her own handwriting, and hope
Okay.
that she was so traumatized by the giant three-headed dog that she forgot what she wrote.
Alrighty, I will.
Wow, the
Allow-
Ashkeepers are egregious. They're also quite adequate.
Go ahead and
That's
make.
lovely people.
So this would be, I don't know, sleight of hand or deception. I'll allow you to choose.
Okay. What needs to do this here? You left me. Come here.
Dexterity or charisma?
If he's helping me, can I take the help?
Are you helping with the actual like
Are you?
He's good.
writing of it?
No, he's kind of like, oh, you know, this one? No, this is over here. He's turning it, he's channeling there and fake bullshit, like, here's how you.
Okay. Sure.
Oh, good. 16.
16. Takes you a moment and you get through and scratch out some things, maybe write some side notes in, amend a few things, make them lesser infractions. I mean, you don't know where they fall as far as like,
No.
you know, what
And
they
I
mean.
put it
but-
like in the dirt where she fell.
You should put some more slobber on it.
You spit
Now
on
it
it!
matches.
Okay.
Way to date the episode.
Oh no.
Can we please go to the island? Yes. What I was saying.
No, this
She
is
was
great.
writing up frivolous infractions. So
That's
she.
why you're
I
supposed
did not approve of that.
I would hope not. You're better than those two.
Son of a bitch.
Oh.
That's
I
great.
mean, that is true.
I'm just standing waiting to go to the damn island.
That's what I wanted to do. Armand went to go help her for some reason.
Because it's the right thing to do.
She was in no real danger.
I actually agree with Armand.
I agree with Armand.
She was in no real danger.
You're outnumbered.
Usually
She's
am.
also a bitch, so.
So those
also
of you.
a bastard.
No,
So-
I actually know my dad.
That's rude. Whoa.
Oh, shit.
If you're gonna insult me,
To the island.
This is a real, this is an actual insult. Come on.
More PvP?
Just
No.
like unintentionally,
Yes,
but he
yes,
insulted our mothers
Yes.
right now.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, that's exactly what you did.
Can we?
No, I'm saying, if you're gonna call me names, use the right one.
No, I'm not calling you a bastard because you don't know your dad. I'm calling you a bastard because you're a bastard.
Oh, that's
You
totally
should
true.
use the appropriate insult.
If you're gonna insult me, do it properly.
Roll for initiative! No, I'm just kidding.
Contextually, yeah.
No, this could be, for sure. But for those of you who are heading to the island, yes?
You could call him.
There's like a
anything.
part of me that's just like,
Listen,
yes, but
Amanda,
there's a. No,
I will not stop you.
You could
it
just.
doesn't help me, hermano.
I know.
The dawn guide you, friend. Kiki's ass. No.
You could just call him an
Dawn's eyes are
insensitive.
closed to this.
Yeah.
I'm so tempted, but in the back of my mind, I'm like hearing kind of like disappointed words,
Yeah.
Oh no.
and I'm just gonna, and I'm gonna go and pick up my clothes or like my shirt and like the shield and like my noose and my swords. Be like, I
New old
think
sword.
for everyone's benefit, I'm just gonna go to the tavern. You have fun, be safe,
I'm just going to read.
make sure that they don't do anything stupid.
No promises.
I will see you in the morning for
Watch out for
practice. Yes.
I'll be the first one there.
Good. I expect you to be.
I'm taking this seriously.
I know.
I'm just gonna
Can we
put on my shirt and head to the tavern while putting on like the rest of my equipment.
Okay, so you return to the tavern. The rest
you
of
still
you
shirtless?
make your way
that entire time.
to the floating island.
They're just there.
I think there
I'll
is a
sling my
brief,
shield back on my back and I'll follow.
there is a
Yeah.
brief
Okay.
moment where I
Wow.
watch Armand go back for a minute. I'm like, okay, we could go to the island.
Cool.
Which one is
So-
you?
It's yes.
So I'll come back to those of you who are at the island. I'm going to go back to the tavern really quickly. Vivian, as you are, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? Because at the moment you are alone in the tavern. Armand has not gotten back yet. You said you were drinking or?
Yeah, she was
eating or just
drinking
chilling?
and she pulls out a drawing of her brother debating something.
Okay, well, while you're debating something, coincidence would have it that you receive a magical message from said brother. As you hear your brother's voice come through archaically as it has, from time to time just to check in. Hello, sister. I'm just checking in on you. It's been some time. Things in Strixhaven are going really well. I'm finishing up a thesis on draconology, and things are actually quite calm and boring. I hope you and the family are well. Sincerely, your brother. And that's where the message ends. You can reply up to 25 words.
Start counting.
Right?
I don't think she replies.
No reply. Okay. No, that's
the
okay.
thing that she was contemplating was trying to figure out a way to reach out, and so
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, no reply. So you kind of feel that magic linger for a moment, and there's an opportunity to give a reply, and you feel that spell kind of fade with kind of like whispers of draconic incantation as it fades into nothing. And you're just there.
She gets emotional and she just drinks more.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Okay.
Like an adult.
Like
Yeah.
an adult. I'm a big girl now.
We're adults.
Barely.
Bring out the whiskey.
Oh, damn.
We're trying to just take who.
Oh, not one.
Oh!
Oof.
So 6. She's actually decent at them, too.
What were you drinking out of curiosity? Did you have a chosen drink or just like kind of whatever?
The old
I think
mind
she
player.
ended up transferring to ale.
Okay. You're kind of drinking the ale, and as you're drinking, it kind of gets very strong, and your vision becomes very blurred for a moment, and you don't think walking is a good idea at the moment, as you just kind of sit there. Armand, you eventually find your way back inside of the tavern.
Do I spot her?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna go take a seat next to her, and I don't.
You see when you reach the table to her, you see there's like a slight sway and a drunkenness, a very visible drunkenness to her.
I'm gonna sit down and be like, ¿Estás bien?
I'm a bad sister.
Why?
I can't. Ugh. I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
I mean, I'm a bad brother, so you're in good company.
What'd you do?
Can I get an ale, please?
Oh,
Maybe
God.
4.
Ugh.
You request 4.
I request 4.
You see,
Try to counteract that exercise, which is
and you see like the arcane etched large walking keg walks over and just kind of like holds one side of his carved nostril as the drinks come pouring out into mugs, and they just shove them out towards you. This giant arcane construct, and then just kind of smiles with wooden teeth, and then turns and walks away.
It gets worse every time.
Do I like insight for wood boogers or?
It's a construct. There are no wood. What? A wood booger? Like sawdust? Like what are we talking about? Sawdust? No, it's like magical. I don't know. If it gives you any peace of mind, I don't know. There's just some silly flavor.
Okay.
It's magically producing this alcohol.
I'm gonna
These
like,
drinks.
sniff it like. I'm just slowly,
Yeah.
just like cautiously.
I'm gonna throw up.
Because it came out of his nose or because it came out of his nose or because it's the ale.
Both.
That's fair. I'll tell you what I did if you tell me what you did.
Persuasion?
Ooh, okay. Persuasion against what? Insight?
Yeah. We'll do that.
11.
13!
Dang.
I don't know if you can. I don't know. I guess I get a disadvantage, right? Or no? For insight?
Oh yeah. Go ahead and roll a disadvantage. Yeah.
Oh no, 13 is still
I'm just still chugging. I go for my. Do I need to make a con save if I'm just checking?
Yes, if you're drinking, yes. Please make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit!
That was a 1? Some strong shit.
Also a 6.
Great.
From the nose.
Yeah, you kind of get that. You know, you were just running a lot. You were very dehydrated. You ate earlier, you know. And drank earlier as well. And as you continue to drink some more, it again that kind of fuzziness and numbness and dizziness kind of hits you, and you know, you're
That's
definitely
not
feeling
ale.
extremely buzzed.
Not ale.
Hey!
It's not
I mean, I'll go first if you need me to.
I'm sorry, what was that?
No. Okay. So, I'm not even supposed to be in this, like, little shindig that we're doing. It's a punishment.
Why are you?
Have you met Omar? Not the little one, but, like, the older of the little ones-ish? Fuzzy. Yeah. He can't hear anymore.
Why?
Yeah. he got beat up, and it's not my fault, but kind of my fault.
Did you beat him up?
No! I didn't beat him up. Fuck. Like, banditos. But he was... I didn't help him as much as I should have. And now my moms are not pleased. And Miki won't talk to me, and now Shada is stuck in this fucking thing. Chug another beer.
Another Constitution saving throw.
Shit.
Come on, barbarian.
He's 18.
Okay.
10.
Yeah. I mean, you feel no different.
Just as bad.
Just as bad. Yep.
Yeah. Beat that.
I'm ignoring my brother.
Why? He's so nice.
It's for his own good.
Why? You're so nice.
I'm not a nice person.
I mean, you gave Adora half your pie, which thank you for no pie, by the way.
Shit, I'm sorry.
It's fine. I had weird ass eggs.
Oh,
And some salad.
And some salad.
I'm just shit.
We all might be shit.
Yeah.
The goat is definitely shit.
That seems pretty happy about it, though.
Here you go.
That ale's really getting to me, and I feel like I'm gonna throw up again.
Do you need me to hold back your hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no. Where are you throwing up? You're in the middle of the tavern right now, surrounded by people.
She runs to the trash can.
I would just
Okay,
fall
yeah.
after, like, stumble.
They're like,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah,
It's okay.
Okay.
That's what I want.
Just don't throw up in her hand.
Patting her back.
Yeah.
You're good.
Emotion, man.
Yeah.
And we are
So you proceed to get sick and you help.
Yeah.
Alrighty. We will then jump to those on the lake. So as you all approach the there we go. You approach the lake shore and you see that there are docks that kind of like go out and like small fishing boats and things. And you see that there are actually, because it was a rainy day to start, but now the sky has cleared up a bit, that there are a few beach goers have kind of like blankets out and like a few umbrellas to create shades and things. And they're just kind of sitting there enjoying the water and the sandbanks of the lake shore. Question?
What time of day is it?
I'd say at this point it's kind of like mid-afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, you guys, you're getting there.
Okay.
But you see anchored alongside one of the docks, the massive floating kind of like living moss-covered island, and there's like now a large tree that grows out of the center of it, and it's all held by its buoyancy by natural plants and
How
vegetation.
far from the shore or the dock is it?
So if you walk out on the dock, I'd say, I don't know, like maybe 60 feet, and then the island is anchored like right next to that, and then you just detach it and it will just float freely across the lake surface. Yeah, and you see like it's like a hovel has been built on the center part of it, and it's actually rather cool. It's not something that any of you have seen. Like those of you that live in the Grove have seen it, but because, you know, it hasn't been in use for a while, it's just kind of been left anchored off and is a well-known kind of hidden party spot for sure for a lot of folks, but most certainly Aconitum. Technically your own dwelling if you wish to stay there.
Not too far. Alright, anyway, boy.
Yeah, you all hop on board and kind of bobs a bit as you
So I'm
walk.
gonna need your help here. 1, 2, 3.
As you push off with your strength, it just drifts out onto the open water and kind of feel the buoyancy of it. It's almost like walking on a sponge in places. But yeah, you see that there's a... Yeah. But there's actually like a boarded foundation to like the hovel, and there's like hammocks and, you know, barrels and tables, and I don't know if there's necessarily walls, but there are definitely like curtains, heavy curtains, I imagine, that can like close to seal off the space. But yeah, so you are all on top of that. While you're casting off and going about things, Aconitum, in the distance, you pick up something, and it sounds very far. The rest of you do not audibly hear this. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, fuck. Is there some type of, actually, 21.
21, okay.
But is it some spell or something?
No. You get this kind of insane, not insane, but just this very, very intense kind of urge. And you kind of like redirect yourself in a direction, and it's like further beyond the wall, beyond the grove, out into the wilderness. You kind of pick up on something, and you can't even really make out what it is, but for whatever reason, it's drawing your attention from a great distance away, and you like involuntarily kind of move in that direction a bit and almost walk to the edge of the floating island and kind of just stop there for a moment. Yeah, I mean, you kind of just see this and pick up on it, but yeah.
Hey,
Huh? Oh, sorry.
all right?
Yeah.
I was just being weird today.
Yeah.
Today?
Shada's just reading a book.
The child is never weird.
What is the weirdest of us all?
They're just reading a book.
Yes!
You almost walked into the lake. Adora was boxing by herself. Vivian looked very upset and was drinking a lot. Armand was running shirtless alone.
To be fair, being normal is the weirdest thing out of this book.
Yeah. I like reading. Anyway, why were you staring like that?
I don't know if I heard something.
What did you hear?
Yeah, sure.
That is vague and not helpful.
Sorry, there was a little bug. I was in like sweat. I was
I
like,
thought you were having, like,
stop.
a hand
No,
wave.
there was like a tiny little bug that was buzzing around my face.
There's a fruit fly.
I wanted to.
Yeah.
Don't bother.
Shada's reading, like off reading.
I believe so.
Like, not standing with everyone, like, has taken.
Oh, I'm in a hammock somewhere.
Okay.
I'm really chill.
Heck will lean into Tommy. How have you been doing with your things?
Pressure.
Okay, good.
How you...
Did you eat anybody?
When have I ever done that?
I don't know.
It's fine.
Okay.
Make a perception check for me.
Oh no. 13.
13, okay. I'd say anyone who's present can actually make a perception check.
Not good.
Not.
Very good. 22.
Damn
22.
clerics.
Nice.
10.
Okay.
16.
16. So I'd say you notice it first, Shai.
Sorry, 23.
With the 23. Yes. You notice it first, and then you pick up on it well. You notice there's slight discoloration of your hair for a moment.
I don't see it standing right next to her.
What did you roll again?
13.
13. I'd say you do notice it as well, and then Adora finally you
Color,
do pick
like,
on it because
lighter, darker.
it goes for cause it's naturally dark hair, correct? Or no, is he a redhead?
He's a
I think
ginger, he
he's
just
ginger.
dyes his hair.
He dyes his hair.
Black.
I'd say kind of like from slightly kind of coming from the roots. It almost goes like stark white for a moment, creeps up slightly, and then just kind of fades.
Your hair changing.
Oh, shit.
Wait, is that new?
It's weird.
Shada
weird.
just kind of like eyes up from the book and makes eye contact and goes back to reading.
Okay.
Do you need anything? I could go ask Frenya for herbs or something.
It'll be fine. Alright, besides, here's into his bag, pulls out a bundle, pulls out a joint. I got this stuff already.
Are you? I roll. Okay, so I do have a book on plants. Which
Sure.
If I use it in the roll, it gives me a +5.
Okay.
So she pulls out a book real quick, and she's like, "Wait a minute," and she starts thumbing through it. A fuckload. 18 +5 +3, like almost 30 to identify what is rolled in his.
You are very familiar with the herb that is rolled within this joint and its effects it can have when smoked.
Which are.
Which I
It's basically weed.
is it fey marijuana? Like what is it?
Well, it's from a certain plant that grows in the graveyard.
It's grave marijuana.
Oh, great.
Is it
Sound good.
okay? Is it related to
Necrowana.
your thing?
I don't know.
And you smoke it?
It's for stuff,
It lets you see spirits.
and there's a barrel.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Do you have enough to share?
I wouldn't be offering to you if I wasn't.
Okay. She takes it and she conjures flame.
What?
I'm good, thanks.
You okay?
Adora.
I'll glance back to like, because we're floating, right?
Yeah. You're
So-
kind of drifting away from the shoreline.
I'll glance back to the shoreline, just like where the tavern is, and I'm just gonna stare at the tavern as we like float away from it. Yeah, I'm fine.
Shada blows a perfect smoke ring.
You're so talented.
You know your head.
She tries and she's like,
Yeah, I know.
Adora, why were you fighting by yourself?
Do you know someone that could be fighting?
Yeah, you could be punching Armand or Tom. He's pretty good at being punched.
Well, Tom kicked my ass earlier, so.
It was a pretty solid fight. There was
You
lots
know
of
what he
headbutt.
had. You know it. It's still what? 18-2.
It just seems like you were angry about something. People fight by themselves when they're angry.
I'm angry about a lot.
Is something
Anything in
particular?
Do you want to talk about it?
Eating
We're on
is
an
good.
island with drugs. She passed it back.
Very convincing.
I'll roll persuasion if you want me to.
I don't really feel like talking about it right now.
Okay.
That's a completely valid answer.
We still are on an island with drugs, though. If you want some.
And books.
And books.
Just as good.
I think
We ever done both at the same time. It's
Yes,
pretty great.
great.
I'm gonna go for a walk around the island, and then I'll come back and.
Do drugs? Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Watch out for that one bush, though.
You know a lot of bushes.
She looks at them. Yes, I do.
You notice that there's a part of the floating island that's kind of been picked away. Beavers that have been pulling like wood and like other things from the fixture, and you actually, as you're like walking away, you kind of hear like the tail slap of one, and you see one with a big thick log, and it has opened up this just like hole in the middle of the island that if anyone was unaware of, you just walk and fall straight through into the lake. But you avoid it, thankfully.
Goddamn
As you see the beaver just kind of like swimming away with this large log in its mouth.
I go to like point it out.
You.
No, I don't.
Can we still
And I
see
just
it?
keep walking.
Or she like how big is that? Like big enough for her
Yeah,
to
it's like,
walk
you know, it's like
away?
the size of like, I don't know, like a large property, I think. Because
Okay,
it's
so
like,
she, like,
you continue to grow
Walk
out.
away. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a quarter of an acre.
Something like that. You know, it could fit like a sizable structure on it, and it also has a large tree and then an area to walk out towards the edges of it. Yeah. So, cool. Is there anything else happening on the island? You guys just smoking joints, drinking?
Yeah, I
What-
think while that's going on, I think she's going to kind of try and exercise her sort of new found.
Hey,
Her new.
that wasn't me.
Her newfound command of her.
Uh-huh.
So I think while everyone's kind of like lounging, she kind of will reach out to her shadow.
Doing what we call a shadow vibe.
Yeah.
Shadow
and she'll
vibe.
try and like, you know, she'll communicate and have it like move from like tree to tree unnoticed. Like as she's trying, like she's never really needed to, but now after we haven't finished, she's trying to like, okay, I need to be in control of her, and you know, it is no longer safe for it to be like a equal, you know, freestanding relationship. So she's gonna like kind of reach out, you know, to the familiar and have it like trying to go from like shady tree to shady tree.
21 perception to do this while reading.
Okay. Are you trying to like sneak away and do this?
I think she's trying to do it without. I think she's not
Like
like trying
subtle?
to leave, but she's probably like in a tree.
Yeah.
And just like on her own is trying to like have her move.
Go ahead and make
While
a
stoned.
spell casting check for
Yeah, I'll
me.
stone the shit.
So
yeah.
a d20 roll plus your spell casting
what?
ability.
Should I use hers?
Yours.
Mine. For stealth?
For spell casting.
Oh, spellcasting
Yeah.
modifier? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
If you're trying to stealth, you can roll stealth check, but if you weren't, then that was just
And
a...
that one!
don't know that.
As you attempt to conjure forth your familiar once more and maneuver it, you are shadowless at the moment.
Like they're gone?
You are casting no shadow from the light outside.
What was her... if anybody's like looking, like you see briefly, I start to like panic. As she like her and she looks down.
Oh shit. You okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I've lost something. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Bad
Can I
joint?
look around, try and see her?
Make a perception check.
Shit.
Can Shada know where the shadow
Oh,
is?
it's almost a 20. It's not a 20.
I'd say.
I roll a nat
You-
one perception
19.
on that one.
Oh, okay.
So no.
19.
19. Looking around, you don't see it in the near vicinity of you.
She like scrambles down. Shit.
Heck.
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you. But I'm not doing anything. I don't need luck. Okay, thank you.
So.
How are you such a bad liar?
Okay. Cool. So at this point, the rest of you hang out on the island for, I don't know, what, a few hours maybe you'll say?
I want to do something before we end.
Right, before we end the session or before you're off the island?
Before we're off the island.
Before you're off the island, okay. So I'd say after some, quiet time and just quality time with each other.
Do I find? Or does it come back?
Oh no, it's just gone for the duration that you're on the island and does not come back in anytime soon.
Shit.
But before coming off the island, Adora.
So I walked away,
Yeah.
and then I got to like the other opposite end of the island where I'm pretty sure I'm alone.
Yes.
Well, now we don't know.
And I'm assuming I'm alone.
Yeah.
So I pull out a sending stone from my bag. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna speak into it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, Zan, I miss you. Things are hard here. If I could, I would come home. But I've gotta stay. I hope you're well. Love you. And then I'll put it back.
Okay. Yeah, you do not hear any response through the sending stone. Cool. Then you all eventually dock the island again. I imagine it's a bit troublesome because you always can't get in the same place, but you can attempt to paddle it, but it's like a huge thing to maneuver.
As we dock again,
Yeah.
so kind of with her, kind of as her new abilities, she's gonna, like, before she has to start walking and start like tying things up, she's gonna like lapse her vision and try and, because she should be able to look through her familiar. She's gonna try and like see where she is.
Okay.
So she'll like,
Yeah, certainly.
her eyes will like roll back in her head, and she's gonna connect with wherever she is and see, like, try to get her surroundings.
Okay. Your pupils dilate and just go black.
Yeah.
And you see through her. And as you're looking through the vision, you see, like, your perspective is that of like the top of a corner of an interior space, and you see it's familiar. It's one of the rooms at the tavern, and you see back against the door, breathing heavy, hair a mess, the halfling woman that's it's just there, and just this locked gaze on this individual.
I should be able to communicate, yes?
Correct.
I need you to come back, please.
Make a persuasion check.
She is, I know she is very rude, but you need to leave her alone.
Okay, go ahead and make a persuasion check.
21.
21. You see she like shifts against the wall in the darkness, and you see the halfling woman kind of looks up, is like, oh God, what now? And she kind of like looks around and like looks and kind of gets closer, and you feel this mounting aggression, and then it subsides, and you watch as through the perspective drops down and just kind of like finds an opening between two boards and passes through it down into the tavern level, and then just across the ceiling, just the shadow just kind of dips and then goes through the keyhole of the door of the tavern, shoots up out onto the ground and is just like almost skimming the ground like it's flying at a great speed. And as your vision that comes back to you, you see it just return to where it should be, your shadows. It reforms into your form.
As that happens, she'll kind of crouch and she'll like put her hand kind of on the ground where the like shadows are kind of interlaced. And she says, "You have to. This is telepathically. You have to listen to me, or I don't. You have to do better because there are people that could do things to stop you and I know we can do good things. You cannot go off alone like that."
You're kind of like mirrored as the shadows, mimicking your exact form.
A crouched shadow.
I do think you do catch a slight silhouette, not of a response, but an expression in the shadows. You see the tiniest curl of a smile where there shouldn't be one for a shadow. And then as you blink, it goes back.
I think for me, because of her experience growing up, like, other people might think that's weird or insane. Like, for her, it's comforting.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Made a 20 perception check on
Jesus.
You clock it, definitely.
She stands
You see,
up.
I think Adora and Pan, or not Pan, wow, that happened. Aconitum and Adora are busy tying and anchoring.
She stands up, and I think she looks up and like clocks. She has eye contact.
Yeah.
And she just like shrugs.
When
you see
cast
the
in
shadow,
sorry, the light does not reach you.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know what No, I don't know what they're talking about. Look, there's shadow right there. See? And she like moves her head.
Yeah, it perfectly mimics.
No stranger to darkness. Do you want to talk about it?
Roll persuasion.
22.
Oh, jeez. I'm trying. Ooh. Damn, it's like a 24. But I think she kind of processes what you says, and she says, maybe I should. I haven't really spoken to anyone about it.
You know, no one needs to hear when you speak.
I do not have any telepathic abilities as of yet.
That's not what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
You don't have to be heard to speak.
Oh,
You can write it down, or you can whisper.
I could do that.
You can talk about it, and no one has to hear.
Hold on. And she reads it and she pulls that tooth out.
From her mouth?
Her mouth.
Oh.
And she can't hear. Hold this.
I'll heal her.
Oh,
As
you start to go, her tooth goes back before you even get there.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Are you part shark? What is happening?
As you're holding it, she puts her hand.
What do you
want
me to do with it?
And now you hear her voice in your
Because I'm holding her tooth?
Yes.
Okay.
She's like,
This is great.
This will work just fine. So I have this friend, and she's sort of my shadow. I don't really know how to explain it. She's been around for a long time, but today she thought that I needed defending, and she tried to hurt somebody very important to me. So I am trying to make sure she is more disciplined, but I don't really know how to do that.
It sounds like you need a hug.
Yeah, that sounds nice, but also I need to train this shadow because
Shada's gonna change into buff Shada.
Okay.
Okay. So buff Shada is 6'6", right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But now curly mustache, really ripped,
Like an old school muscle man.
yeah, like an old school, like a pugilist,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And just like arms all around.
She hugs.
Oh.
She hugs them.
You need a hug.
Then it hasn't kicked in yet.
Yeah.
She hugs them and she just says,
Mid-hug, I'll shift back and we'll be like,
yeah, thank you.
can I keep this or do you want it back?
It will dissipate after some time, but let's give you another one.
I'll toss it in the bushes.
That's fine.
Biodegrade.
Yeah.
If you see, as you let go of it, it hits ground kind of like,
Cool. Dissipates.
it's magic.
I approve.
Alrighty. So the rest of you make your way off of the floating island, and I'd say, just for the sake of story's sake, that we're nearing a long rest as you take a we're taking a night's rest as the day is coming to an end. Need your 8 hours of sleep / downtime. Is there anything either of you would like to do post drinking, or is it? Are you just
vomiting?
I'm just like, are you ready to go home? Mm-hmm. Do you need help getting there? Mm-mm. Are you sure? Mm-mm. Do you want to just get a room at the tavern? Mm-hmm. Okay. Like I pick her up like she's like. I'm assuming.
Oh, you're so strong.
Well, how
Wash
much
your
does she weigh?
hands.
How much do you weigh?
Oh, I don't fucking know.
You can't ask people that.
That's impolite.
make an athletics check?
You're strong enough.
Disadvantage. You are drunk.
I am
Drunk.
You're
You
still
are
strong.
drunk.
Nine.
9. It's not the lifting that's the issue. I think it's the balancing that's difficult. As you go and you lift Vivian and almost throw her like over you. As you're like, oh, and you like catch her and you're like dangling over, almost being
You're gonna
thrown.
make me sick
Okay,
again.
no, hold on. I'm gonna rearrange positions so I'm carrying
Yeah.
her like bridal style.
Yeah,
I'm just
okay.
like, okay, we're just gonna find a room, and then I'm gonna put you down, and then I'm gonna find a room.
Okay.
Okay.
Watch your hands.
And I'm like holding her like this, like my hands are not
Yes.
touching her.
Yeah.
It's like
Palms out.
Yeah.
Got it.
You slowly, drunkenly make your way over to an available room, toss Vivian into a bed, find a room for yourself. The rest of you, where are you going to spend the night?
Heck makes her way home. And she kind of wanders through this, like, she has
Frenia's house or the tower?
Frenia's house.
Okay.
I think she hasn't, I don't think she's been, is the tower still there?
Tower is still there, but we could discuss the tower.
I think she hasn't been to the tower in a really long time.
I would agree.
Yeah. So she kind of stands at this garden gate for like a long moment, kind of like fidgeting, and then she like pushes the gate open, or I push the gate open, and I wander through this like fucking crazy overgrown garden.
Oh, certainly.
And I go through and I kind of push the door open. Is she awake?
Frenia's not home.
He's not home.
Not home. And it's rather late. It's not uncommon for her.
No, for sure. She kind of waits and she pushes it open. And I'm a little relieved, but also a little disappointed that she's not home. And I think she'll go into the kitchen and like make some tea, and she'll like leave it out, and then she'll go to her room. And she kind of takes her big floppy hat off, and as she like lays down, in the like candlelight, as she lays down, her like shadow kind of stretches out and like darkens the corner of the room, and she goes to sleep.
All right. Perfect. Awesome. The three of you. Where are you going to end up? You can stay in the barracks. You can stay at the tavern. You have personal dwellings. You stay in personal dwellings.
I go to the barracks.
Okay. Cool. You find Kohdalk there, sleeping, snoring, just passed out. Cool. Where are you gonna stay?
Sees everybody off, yeah, and then fish back off.
Huh? Okay, cool. Nice. Okay.
Watch out for that hole.
Mojo Dojo Casa House.
Okay, going home. You come home to an already finished dinner. Food and plates left for you. The rest of your family pretty much in bed or out and about still.
Yeah.
But it's quiet and peaceful.
What time is it?
I'd say you all probably get home and begin to take your rest around sundown.
Yeah.
Due to the season, I'd say it's probably past like 6 o'clock, 6:30.
I'll consume what dinner has been left for me and enjoy it immensely.
Yeah.
And I'll retire to my room and read by candlelight until the sun goes fully down. I'll blow out the candle and go to sleep.
Wonderful. Awesome. Cool. And we'll leave it there, friends. Until next time, as your characters take a night's rest, and we'll pick up in the morning with you all returning to your training.
Heck yeah.
Do we take a rest?
Yes, so if you'd like to take a rest, please do.
For real life.
For IRL and in-game, yes please. Great session, everybody. See y'all next time.
Tomorrow, right? We're playing tomorrow.
Tomorrow, every day, all the days.